My Hero Academia Heroes Rising is the second My Hero Academia film and was released in 2019. After the events of Season 4 of the anime, Izuku Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo go from fighting against each other to fighting alongside one another as they face their biggest threat who dares to dominate the domain. When I first watched this film, I've never thought it was as good as the first film, Two Heroes. I always preferred that one personally. Not because this is like a bad movie or anything. This was still a really fun movie, even on the rewatch. I just have always preferred Two Heroes for some reason. It just worked a little better for me. But rewatching this one for this review and for my Hero Academia reviews that I'm doing right now, I have to say, I am between Two Heroes and Heroes Rising because I think both of them have equal amounts of stuff that My Hero Academia fans would really want to see, and it delivered on that. In the previous film, it was both All Might and Izuku Midoriya fighting alongside one another at that final battle. And here, we have a story that is mainly focused on Katsuki Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya and how their rivalry has now grown. As Bakugo still is keeping the secret of All Might hidden from everyone else and staying true to his word, he is still just his same old self and is still trying his darn best to be better than everyone else around him, even if it makes him look like a complete jerk. But the movie explores a side of this character that we have seen before, but it explores in a way where it suggests that he is also as deserving for the power of One for All. And I really like that about this film. I like how we are giving this character an opportunity to show what he could do if he really were to become the #1 hero, even if it's like for a split second at least. This shows that this character does have potential, especially in the final battle, which we will get into later. And it gives us a lot of fun sequences with this character as he's able to show off what he could do, and a lot of it we've seen before. But once that twist happens in that final battle, I just was focused on my TV, just in awe once again. Rewatching it, especially now in context with the show, it is a lot of fun and really satisfying. As for the other characters in Class 1A, they're all likable once again. They're all trying their best to try and help the people of Odo Island as they are trying to take care of all the elderly, making sure everyone is safe, and basically trying to be the best heroes they could possibly be now that they're doing hero work for a while alone on this island. And I really like how it gives our characters, once the villains start coming up and wreaking havoc on this island, a chance without the help of any of the big major heroes, like no longer All Might because he is no longer the #1 hero, or Endeavor or anyone else. Everyone in this class is alone, and we're seeing him fight off against a great evil that is putting them through the ringer. And I love how that was able to give us a lot of stakes to get behind. It had us worried for the characters a whole lot that they could be severely hurt or even killed. The only problem I have is that the villains, again, not the greatest. I know the point of the villain is that he's sort of a downgraded version of All for One, except he wants to see the world in his own way that's ruled by quirk people, but he never really felt as compelling. Definitely as a threat to the heroes, he definitely poses as a formidable enemy and is really powerful. Again, just as a character, he's not the greatest, not the worst, but not one of my favorite villains. I only really so far enjoyed the League of Villains here in this show and One for All himself. Those are the most compelling villains, like the show and movies put a great emphasis on. And it felt like the League of Villains here does feel a little shoehorned in, as I understand their relevancy to the plot, but it always felt like they're just there to tell us, hey, they're planning ahead for the next arc or something, and it's like, I get it, but it's not gonna really be something important to this movie unless it's something small and insignificant that could be explained in exposition. I just never really felt like their inclusion in this movie felt earned. But the characters of Izuku Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo and how this movie portrays their characters, I found really compelling. I loved their banter as always, and how they bounce off with one another, and how much their characters have grown since the previous seasons and even the other seasons beforehand. The two kids that we also focus on, who are basically like that one kid, I believe in either the third or second season, that doesn't like heroes, how they have a problem with these kids, and how they, not mainly the girl has like a problem with the kids being heroes. She doesn't really trust them. I really like them, and how both of them have conflicting viewpoints on heroes, because the little boy also wants to become one as he grows older. And it shows Deku that he is sort of like him.
Be a super strong one who could beat up villains.
Oh, come on, there aren't any villains on this island.
He has are aiming for the same goal. And it's really heartwarming, their banter and how they bounce off with one another. I really like their conclusion, as it gives our heroes an emotional attachment to the island that can have us really feel like there's a lot at stake here. And as always, the animation and action sequences are amazing. They're absolutely incredible, fast and visceral. The visuals and animation in these fight sequences is just off the charts, especially in that one final act in the final battle with Katsuki Bakugo now obtaining All for One with Izuku Midoriya, and they both fight off 9 together. Like, that shit was just peak for this entire movie. It was so much fun to watch. I really loved this movie. I really do. I really come around to it even more so. I liked it back then, but I think I liked it even more now that I've rewatched it. I think there were just a lot of stuff I didn't appreciate before, but I do now. This is a really good My Hero Academia film. I'm still in between this or Two Heroes, but I still highly recommend you guys go watch this, even if it's something that's not going to be like integral to the actual series. This is something that if you are a fan of My Hero Academia and you haven't seen this, you should definitely check it out. I'm going to give My Hero Academia Heroes Rising an A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.